Across the Middle East, the United States and its allies have established an invisible grid of the most advanced air defense technology ever developed. This shield is constructed from multi-layered systems like THAAD, which stands for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, designed to hit targets at the edge of space, alongside Patriot batteries and the Iron Dome for shorter-range threats. These systems rely on massive early warning installations like the ANFPS-132 in Qatar. Costing over $1.1 billion, this radar acts as the unblinking eye for the entire Western defense network. Despite this technological dominance, a heavily sanctioned and isolated Iran has recently pushed this multi-billion-dollar shield to a point of near-total failure. Overcoming the world's most advanced defense grid required a strategic focus on the cold math of volume and cost. This data visualization highlights a severe economic mismatch. Iran manufactures a Shahed drone for approximately $20,000, while the U.S. fires interceptors costing between $1 million and $15 million each. When hundreds of these drones launch simultaneously, the defensive burn rate becomes unsustainable. Every interception costs the defender 50 to 100 times more. This imbalance creates a logistical crisis, where the United States and its allies risk exhausting their entire inventory of interceptor missiles in just a few days of active combat. Modern asymmetric warfare dictates that when defensive munitions are depleted before offensive volume is exhausted, the shield fails. The blueprints for this Iranian strategy were acquired through a significant intelligence failure in late 2011. An American Lockheed Martin RQ-170 surveillance drone crashed inside Iran, providing the military with a largely intact example of high-end Western stealth technology. Iranian engineers disassembled and analyzed the aircraft, using the captured data to reverse-engineer new offensive platforms. This resulted in the Shahed-136, a kamikaze drone built for mass production. These are designed with low-cost components and can launch in large numbers directly from the back of civilian flatbed trucks. Highly classified American technology provided the exact foundation for the weapons currently neutralizing American strategic supremacy. Iran bypasses the radar net through a sequential method called the volley firing strategy. Step 1 is the distraction. Iran launches hundreds of Shahed drones solely to trigger the multi-million-dollar interceptors and force the defense network to burn through its limited ammunition. In Step 2, confusion, dummy rockets and electronic decoys mix into the swarm. This causes the defense tracking computers to lock onto false signatures, scattering the system's processing power. Finally, Step 3 delivers the kill shot. With interceptors depleted and the tracking system overwhelmed by decoys, high-value missiles slice through the screen untouched. These final strikes use liquid-fueled Mach 15 hypersonic missiles. Traveling 15 times the speed of sound, these weapons are designed to destroy the billion-dollar radar installations that the drones have left exposed. The swarm functions by forcing the defense network into inventory exhaustion, leaving these massive installations entirely exposed to the final strike. This economic reality has led to the physical withdrawal of U.S. military assets from the region. The $7 billion USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier was recently moved further out to sea, keeping this massive liability beyond the reach of a potential swarm. Diplomatic outposts are closing as the inability to defend against high-volume attacks makes long-term presence in certain zones high risk. Strategic volume and cheap production have proved capable of neutralizing systems built around expensive, precision-guided munitions. Major global powers are currently analyzing these events to address the newfound vulnerability of high-cost air defense. Air superiority now depends on volume over individual performance. The most advanced stealth fighters can be completely neutralized by a mass of low-cost geometric drones. Military strategy is moving away from a reliance on artisanal, high-cost weapons and toward the deployment of mass-produced, expendable hardware. This tactical vulnerability is a direct concern for nations like India, which continue to build their defenses around the same high-cost, centralized platforms that the Iranian swarm has just neutralized. For example, India is currently spending $3.5 billion to acquire 31 American MQ-9 Reaper drones, high-end, multi-mission, remotely piloted aircraft. Using Iranian economics, that same $3.5 billion could manufacture over 70,000 kamikaze drones. India is now pushing toward indigenous alternatives like the Shahed-136, an Indian-developed long-range kamikaze drone designed for low-cost, high-volume production. Future military dominance depends on mastering the ruthless, low-cost economics of the swarm, rather than amassing individual high-cost platforms.